thought just before I head into work today, I would quickly introduce myself so that when I'm posting about antidepressant tapering and withdrawal, you guys actually know who I am and why you might choose to listen to what I say. So yeah, I'm Alicia. I'm a pharmacist. I'm heading into work at the pharmacy right now. But basically, over the last many years, I've developed a really deep interest in antidepressant withdrawal and tapering. Not just antidepressants, all psychotropics, benzodiazepines, sleeping tablets, you name it, I'll help you taper it. Because I had some patients at work who were given weird and terrible tapering plans, or who were just told to stop cold turkey and had withdrawal symptoms and came in to talk to us about it. I found people on Twitter like Adele Framer, the founder of Surviving Antidepressants, and Mark Horowitz, the author of the Deprescribing Guidelines, and I just kind of discovered that there was this huge problem that we weren't being kind of taught about as much in university. We actually did learn about the need for tapering when switching or stopping antidepressants, following kind of older guidelines that recommended faster tapers than we would recommend today. But even in practice, when I was working as an intern pharmacist and when I was graduated, I would see people being recommended to do straight switches instead of cross tapering, or recommended to taper over a couple of days rather than several weeks. And I'd call doctors about it and basically just get dismissed and say, oh, this is, I've worked for other patients, so I'm happy with this, I don't want to follow the guidelines, which is an approach, but there are people that don't do well with that approach, and that's why the guidelines exist. So I kind of got a bit radicalized in this space, and then I joined all the online forums I could find. Heaps of Facebook groups for people seeking peer support and advice for medication tapering, because they're not getting the right advice from their doctors. And I have learned so much from those groups, and I was in there because I wanted to firstly learn more so I can help people at work, but also I'm able to kind of give my pharmacist lens to things, and so tell people if their tablets are able to be dissolved in water, or if they'd need to go to a compounding pharmacy to get a liquid, and help with kind of calculation questions and that kind of stuff. So I was using a period tracking app at the time, and I just thought it would be cool if there was something like this for people who are tapering, so they could track their symptoms, record their taper, and see when they've done a drop, what symptoms happen, how long they last, kind of help them to plan and adjust the taper for the future. And I had that idea for quite a while. I don't have any skills in app development, I don't know how to make an app, so I sort of thought hopefully someone else will do it, but eventually figured out that no one else was doing it, so took the plunge to figure out how to do it myself, and I got involved with the Canberra Innovation Network, and they kind of have helped me with a number of different programs, and I've just learnt so much along the way. And it was a pitch at a Canberra Innovation Network event where I was asking for any software developers to get in contact with me, and I posted that pitch on Instagram, and a schoolmate from high school, who was the year above me, messaged me and sort of said, hey, I studied software development, but I don't do much of it in my job. I'd love to kind of practice my skills, so I'd love to work with you to help you kind of bring this idea to life. I think it's a cool idea, and that's how we started. So that's Christian, he's my co-founder. Since then there's been a lot of progress, and we now have another developer on board, Ashley. She's fantastic as well, and so the three of us are the little TaperMate team. Always really keen to hear feedback about the app, because we just want to keep making it better. And yeah, that's me. I also run a TaperMate telehealth service, which is only for Australian patients because of my insurance requirements, but I help people to make tapering plans. I talk to their doctors about prescriptions they might need for compounding, or just to complete the tapering plan, and just kind of be that middle point between the patient and the prescriber, so that you don't get stuck with a doctor who's not really up to date with the current guidelines. And yeah,